Hey guys, welcome to Low Boost Entertainment. My name is Ricardo and today is episode 3 of the BMW 335 track build. So we have a few things to get done today, so let's get to it. Alright guys, on the last episode we had installed the oil cooler and transmission cooler. Today we're aiming to install the CFS radiator and the intercooler. Last episode I mentioned that the rod bearings was already installed. So my buddy from RB Racing, he came over and installed the rod bearings for me. I'd used the King standard bearings and also I got the APR rod bolts. And while I was there, I put in the VAC Motorsports oil baffle. You're gonna need that oil baffle if you're planning to track the car because you don't want to have oil starvation. Anyway guys, so the plan is to install these parts. So let's get to work. Alright guys, this is the radiator we're gonna be using. CSF radiator. This is a plastic version, not the aluminum, but it should do the same job. So let's open it real quick just to show you guys how it is. Looks like a typical radiator. Nothing special looking about it. I guess it just has more fins to it. So let's install all these stuff on here and we're gonna put it in the car. But so far, it looks good. See? CSF, that's the part number if you want it. Oh, focus. There you go. Alright, so let's install it in the car. Alright guys, so this is the radiator. And you notice this hose that I was talking about from the previous video. They have the clip right here. Well, yeah, the block off clip. The block off the hose that goes to the radiator. I think this is for the transmission. So block this hose off. And when you get this radiator, make sure you plug this thing in. It's very important. Very important. Alright, so let's try to slide it in this way. Alright guys, so we had installed the radiator, but before I button up the radiator by putting in the hoses and whatnot, I'm gonna swap out the charge pipe on this side because it's a lot easier to get to. So the second charge pipe, so you know the one on the driver's side, you know that's the famous one to pop, right? Check out the left side. Look on this bad boy. You probably want to change that as well. You see that crack? That's crazy. You know, so I would say change both sides because this one crack as well, and that's a good amount of boost leak. So I'm swapping out for this one. I don't remember the company that made this, but I got it from BMW. They have the charge pipe for it as well for the other side. So swap those out. And also, when you do swap it out, the rubber ring, the ring inside of it, make sure you take it out and put it in this one, or else you're gonna still get boost leak if you don't do that. And also the clip as well. You wanna put the clip on. Alright, so let me swap this out and pop it in, then we can do the intercooler. Alright guys, that's the charge pipe I was talking about. See? Connect in there, you just pop it out and pop this one in. And then go to the other side of the intercooler. Just wanna show you guys it's important to change out this charge pipe. Alright, so as you can tell, the radiator is in, and if you notice the transmission cooler is gone, the original one, so you have a bit more space to play with. So now, and that one is blocked off, so it's not connected to anything. So let's put intercooler in first, then we put the fan, plug up the radiator and put the fan in. Alright guys, so I'll put the hoses on. You can get these hoses from eBay. It's pretty easy to find on eBay. So let's put it on the jack and try to put it on the car. Alright guys, so in order for me to fit this intercooler in here, I had to shave off the edges. Alright, a hard time put it in the intercooler without shaving in that. So I had to shave it and it fits right in. So now to figure out how to do the plumbing now, God, it's gonna be a bitch. So let's see what's up. Alright, quick update guys. Hose is connected, charge pipe, aluminum charge pipe, going down to the intercooler, same as goes for over the side. The aluminum pipe that I showed you earlier. So if you guys can see it, the aluminum pipe that I showed you guys earlier, going down to the charge pipe. Alright, so now to install, transmission cooler hose is right here. So now to install the fan and connect the hose and put fluid in this car and turn it on. Alright, getting back to it. Alright guys, so quick update. So fan is installed, everything is installed, and we are about to throw some Stay Frosty coolant. This is the spec on it, up to 30 degrees Fahrenheit, I guess. So it's good for racing. It's not good for daily weather use, as in like if you're in an area that's very cold, it's not good for that. This is only for racing, and it helps keeping the engine cool. So I'm doing everything in my power so this N55, 335 do not go into limp mode. That's why I upgraded the intercooler and the radiator and transmission cooler and oil cooler. So I'm hoping the car doesn't overheat or go in limp mode on the track. So let me pour this in and do a startup and make sure everything is not leaking. So. Alright guys, so everything is buttoned up. I finished pouring fluid in it. It had a little bit of leak from the radiator. I think that's the bleeder screw, so I had to tighten it. So let's start it up and see how it sounds and see if we have any more leaks anywhere. Yep, we're leaking from the oil cooler. Alright guys, so everything is all done. The transmission cooler is not leaking, radiator is not leaking. I got it tightened up. The only thing we have a problem with is the oil cooler. The oil cooler ring, one of them is no good, so I have to change this. If you look closely, it have like a pinch on there, so it's leaking a bit, so I have to go order the coolant ring for that. Other than that guys, everything is good. So what next to do is the suspension, brake lines, brakes, bleeder brakes, transmission flush, what else? Transmission mount, and we should be good to go for alignment. Alright guys, if you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you have any questions, leave it in the description below. Alright guys, I'll talk to you guys later.